This is your morning brief for Wednesday, June 19th. A couple of new reports out. IDEX produces consistent returns, and Generac still generating generous returns. So a couple of block and tackle ideas there. They're very industrial type names. They're not going to wow you right off the bat, but they've been quite consistent, and I expect them to be consistent going forward. Good small mid-cap names, both of them right there. So go have a look on our website on both of those. Semis were roaring yesterday. We had Xlinx was up 6.9%, Micron was up 5.7%, Lam Research, Skyworks, Applied Materials, Texas Instruments, and KLA Tencor were all up 4% plus. As we've been talking about these names over and over, they've been quite volatile and up and down. I expect them to be volatile, and I don't want anyone to get too concerned about it. It's the short run is supposedly weak, which we know. We've seen the quarters come in. They haven't been great quarters, but they're at the end of a cycle and about to start a new one with 5G. They've telegraphed the weakness, so everyone should know that should just look past that and should know that it's coming. And it's really the back half of the year, and even if that gets delayed a little bit, I don't think that's a big deal. This is when you get the names cheap and ride it before it happens. Okay, and you can still get some nice days like we had yesterday. It is sometimes related to the trade wars, so if we have seemingly good trade news, then they seem to advance, and if there's weak trade news, then they seem to pull back, and I'd just be buying on those. Yesterday was pretty weak trade news in that Trump said he's going to meet with President Xi. I mean, so what? He said that before, but the market took that as a signal that everything's back on track. And if that's what the market wants to do, let the market do that. You're going to be in, if the talks go poorly, stocks come down, that's a great buying opportunity. Okay, the Fed is going to be out today, the FOMC meeting, and interest rates, in my opinion, are likely to hold or go a little bit lower. Other central banks have been lowering their interest rates, citing weak global economy. So we've got this weird dynamic going that, well, it happens more often than not, is a weak economy is definitely bad news for the stock market, but the lower interest rates seems to trump it because that's what the Fed does to spur the economy, and the market loves the lower interest rates more than they despise the weak global recession. So a little dynamic there to be aware of. And there's increased political pressure from Trump to keep these rates low. He's talked about firing the Fed Chair Powell. He doesn't do what he wants, which is just absolutely ridiculous. No administration has ever done that. The Fed operates independently and should. But this is not a normal administration. Futures are undecided. They're right around the hover, break-even mark. They can't decide if they want to go positive or negative. So I'm not expecting a big opening, and I guess people will just wait around till the Fed decision, which usually comes around 2 p.m. And that's when you need to be around your TV or your computer screen if you're into that. I personally look right past it. I don't really care. I'm a bottom-up guy. I'm looking for good ideas, and as I said earlier, I'm looking at the semis still. That's one of my strongest calls at the moment, and it's a long-term call getting through this short-term weakness. Okay, that's your morning brief for Wednesday, June 19th. Let's find some gems.